Hey everybody, Frank Iglesias here. In this video, we're going to talk about a word that I think if everyone talked about it more and really consciously practiced it, would change everything for a lot of people. And that word is gratitude. And before I dive in, please subscribe to our page. Ton of content on this page with all sorts of things related to real estate mindset and so on and so forth. But this particular subject about gratitude is something that's been, I think we can all say it's near and dear to us when we take the time to appreciate it for what it is. And, in the past few months in particular, really the past couple of years, but in particular the past few months, we've had a lot of opportunities to practice gratitude. Just from meeting amazing people, rekindling some past relationships, improving other ones, and really diving into, I guess, maybe the science of people and just the science of life, really, and just really thinking about, hey, when we just pause long enough to be grateful for what we have, it just changes our perspective, both in the moment and what comes next, whether it's something large or small. One of the most interesting things is when we have problems, because we all have problems, and the idea of having a problem-free life is a total illusion. It'll never happen. But just being grateful for problems. I mean, if you take a problem, you have to, you can get mad about it, you can get upset, you can complain, fuss, whatever adjective you want to use in a negative space, or you can be grateful for it. It doesn't mean the pain of it goes away, but by being grateful for it, it totally changes the way you're going to attack that issue. And it's actually one of the most empowering things that we do. And I can't say I'm perfect at it, I'm human, so we all mess up. But we try real hard to remember when something goes wrong, no big deal. As well as in the joyous moments. If there's, it's easy to be grateful though when things are going well. But sometimes even then you could forget. So just having that moment to pause, be grateful, be grateful, be grateful. Because it's okay. I'll leave you one story on the subject. Was many years ago, we were actually doing a project and I had a partner with it. And we went to a conference, and while we were at the conference, we got a phone call from the person managing the site that said the house was broken into. Now, this was actually a pretty nice house. It was a reasonably expensive house, roughly $500,000 at the time. It's probably quite a bit more now, but back then it was about a $500,000 house, and someone broke in. And fortunately, they didn't steal much. They kind of messed up a little bit of the floors, stole some contractor tools, so nothing terrible. But I remember I was with my partner, and she was very out of sorts about it. And she turned to me, and she said, "How can you be so calm?" And I didn't really realize I was calm in the moment. I really wasn't even thinking of it. And I remember saying to her, well, first of all, we're 500 or so miles away, whatever it was. So it wasn't like Scotty could beam us up and back down like Star Trek. So we already had someone on site dealing with it because they called us. And then I said, you know what? It's okay, because we did this beautiful project together. I was grateful that we did it together, and I was grateful that someone actually took the time to call us and tell us there was a problem, and they were already handling it. So it was really just a moment of just like, something bad happened, but we were almost naturally in that particular situation, we were able to adapt. And it was encouraging to her because it was like, okay, well, you're right. I mean, there really wasn't anything we could do other than just make sure people need to be communicated to and to handle it. And they did, and it didn't turn out to be too big of an issue. So that's just one example, and I mean, there's literally hundreds of these. And I would just encourage you to, whatever you do, just be grateful. Just be grateful. Be grateful for people, be grateful for the ups, the downs, and so on and so forth. So hopefully this was of value to you. And just like and subscribe to the video. Feel free to share it with your friends. Tons of content on the site and more to come. See you soon.